All right, I'm going to go over some important parts of the syllabus here, just to kind of explain some of the things that are going on here. Of course, my info. Like I told you in the overview video, the only thing you have to pay for this course is the active chemistry so that you can do your homework. It's about $40 unless you go through the bookstore, which will have a markup code, unfortunately. But if you need to use your financial aid, go through the bookstore, and this is the ISBN. Okay. You do need a scientific calculator. I highly recommend using a TI-89. If you don't have one, an 83 is fine. But that solver button on the 89 can be really helpful with your algebra this semester. Our textbook is free and online. It looks kind of like this. And the chapters, well, we don't start until here, 14 kinetics. The chapters line up with kind of how our modules go in order. So if you're somebody that likes to read the textbook or needs some extra explanation, that is right there. I don't teach to the textbook. You don't have to like go read it and do the problems or anything, but it is there if you need it. And if you're somebody who wants a physical textbook, you can order this one. It also goes along well with the way that we pace the course. And then our General Chemistry 2 lab manual. The PDF should be provided to you by, I think you guys have Dave this semester. But I recommend, or he might require you to actually buy the lab manual. There is a new lab manual. So if you have trouble with that, please let me know. Okay, this is all the Heartland things. This is all the stuff you're going to learn. There we go, range of assessments. Okay, so you guys are going to have active chemistry activities and practice worksheets. The practice worksheets are participation credit, but I do check them. If you didn't actually try any of the problems, I'm not going to give you credit for them. If you don't show any work, I won't give you credit for it. As long as you genuinely attempt the worksheets, you will get all of the points. If there's a question that you're like, I have no idea what to do, then ask a question. You can put it in the comments. You can write it on your worksheet. Any of those things are fine. And then I will give you credit for it and answer your question. So hopefully I can help you out. Active chemistry gives you feedback. You get 50% just for trying, and then you get the other 50% when you get it right. You get 3 attempts. So if you don't know what the answer is after your second attempt, shoot me an email. I'll help you out. Or if you made a mistake or something, shoot me an email, show me your work. I can give you the points back very easily. So those I'm pretty flexible with. Those are your like learning assessments. And then here's some of those assessments. Your group quiz will be graded. You can do it individually or with a group. Either way is completely fine with me, and you only have to turn in 1. I'll grade it, give it back to you so you can use it to study for the exam. You do have to schedule your exams in the testing center. There will be a specific video about tests if you go click on that module later. Okay? If you miss an exam, that's going to be your dropped exam. I'm not going to extend the due date. All the due dates are very clear on Canvas and in the syllabus. If for some reason you're not going to be there for an exam, just make sure that I know a couple days ahead of time and I can open it early for you. That's really not a big deal. Okay. There will be a special topics presentation due 2/3 of the way through the course or so. You're going to be presenting on a topic that you chose. That's a peer-reviewed first-person source. And then the final exam is not optional. It is not a droppable test. And so this one you're going to have to really work and study for because it's 20% of your grade. Okay. This is kind of my teaching philosophy, my assessment philosophy. Usually I would allow you to do like retakes on the assessment. However, we don't have time for that in the 8 weeks course. So that's why you get a dropped exam instead. Okay. That's our outline. Here's how our grades work. You will notice that the active chemistry and participation worksheets are not worth that much. And that's because you can retry them, but that's how you learn. Okay. So yes, they're only 3% of your grade for the active chemistry, but if you don't do the active chemistry, you are not going to get the practice that you need to prepare for the exam. The purpose is to prepare you for the exam. Those questions are very similar to what you will see. Group quizzes are 4%, and those are graded. Exams 35, the special topics presentation, and any discussion posts go in there. That's 5. Lab is 30% of your grade. That can help you tremendously if you're somebody that's good at lab, and the final is 20%, and it is comprehensive. I do want to point out you have to get a 65 to pass. If you have a 64.5, I will not round you up. You have to earn your grades. And you also have to pass lab. So if you missed a bunch of labs and you are not passing lab, but you are passing lecture, even with like a B or something, you cannot pass this course. You have to pass both in order to pass this course. Okay. Late work wise, online homework and worksheets I will accept up until the exam window closes, because after the exam closes, there's really no point in doing them. So you can, I would stick to the due dates I gave you, but if you need to turn them on late, it's not going to give you a penalty. Group quizzes, which are your way to study for the exam, are due right before the exam window opens. If you turn it in after that, you'll get a 10% late penalty each week that it's late, because again, after the exam, why do it? The whole point is to study for the exam. Lab late work is up to your lab instructor. Exams cannot be done late unless you talk to me ahead of time, and special topics will be accepted late, but you really need to stay on pace. I will not accept any late work after Sunday, July 28th, because I will not have time to grade it before the grades are due. Census withdrawal policy, where you get your full refund, is June 7th, so you got to be on it this week. And then attention and participation. I alluded to this in my overview video, but you should spend roughly 12 to 16 hours a week on this course, excluding lab. And I know that sounds like a lot, but again, this is double time what it would be in a regular semester. So you should be spending time going through the lecture videos, doing the worksheet, doing the active chemistry. And this is pretty accurate. 12 to 16 hours is what you should be taking. It's like a job this semester. So you need to work through the problems, ask questions if you get stuck. That's the only way to really prepare for the exam. Midterm is, if you're not doing anything or you've missed 3 labs by midterm, you'll get dropped from the course, but we should have been talking about that if you're missing things anyway. So email me if you're gonna miss some stuff. Have to take the test in the testing center. And then this is all of the accommodation stuff that's in every syllabus. And then here we go. This is our schedule. It's exactly the same as the one that I put on that printable one. These are all the things you're gonna have to do and turn in. And the lab schedule is also here. The labs should come after the content, so you know what you're doing in lab, okay? You'll notice you have no labs the week of July 4th. Dave and I thought it would be a good idea to take off that Tuesday, so you have the entire week off of lab and you do not have to come to campus that week. And then you do have labs then up and until finals week. So if you have questions, let me know, but that's gonna be kind of everything you need to know. Read through, and then you need to check the hey, I read this. That would be really great so that I know we're on the same page. Again, email me with any questions, and I'm looking forward to the semester.